Hi, I'm Cartia Mallan. Today I'm with It Girl to answer the most searched questions about me. This is Search Bar.
Nailed it.
Thank God. Okay, first question, what is Cartia Mallan known for? That's so funny on Google when there's like the questions like that, like what do they actually do? So I guess I'm known for doing social media predominantly, like YouTube and Instagram, talking about mental health. I think my festival YouTube videos might be what I'm most well known for, randomly. Oh, also my eyebrows was like the most searched thing when you type in my name on Google, was Cartia Mallan eyebrows. How did Cartia get her start in social media? It was actually a complete accident. I was in acting school. It was theatre, so my theatre coach was like, it's so hard to make it in film and TV. And I was like, I want to do it. He's like, no, it's really hard. So I was like, fine, I'm gonna learn how to do makeup and I'm gonna do screen makeup for acting. And one day my friend was like, can you show me how to do makeup for my formal? So I filmed a video, tried to email it. The file was too big, so she said put it on YouTube. And literally the rest is history. My second video went viral. I don't even know why I did the second video. That's the whole like mystery of it. So it was kind of an accident, like a complete accident. And then I just kept doing it and it grew from there. So what was Cartia's first job? My first job was working in a cafe when I was really young. I lasted for 2 weeks because the boss was the rudest person in the world. I was walking out one day with like all of this hot food, like carrying it like this, and he was just being like boisterous and really loud with all the people in the cafe, and he stood back and knocked it all on me and I burnt my whole arms. I was crying. It was also the day that my mum and my grandma were like watching me, like the first day on the job, and I was so embarrassed. And then I quit after that. And my dad was like, good luck ever making any money if you're just gonna quit. And then the rest is history. And then I worked in a vintage store and I loved that. And then that was my first 2 jobs before I started doing social media. What's Cartia's zodiac sign? I am a Leo. I feel like it's very obvious too. Moon is in Virgo, rising is Gemini. So I'm like all sorts of cuckoo crazy. What was Cartia's first viral moment? It was my Kylie Jenner makeup tutorial, which really took everything off because I feel like it was when Kylie was starting to come into her own. It was the like when she would have her black eyeliner, red lip, which is such a simple makeup look, but it was kind of iconic for her. Back in the day, it was her signature look. So I did a video on that and it was actually horrible. Like looking back at it, it's like the worst tutorial, but I guess it popped off back in the day. Were you on Tumblr? I was. I feel like I was such a Tumblr girl. I really loved Tumblr. I loved it before it all got censored, which is definitely saying something about my younger self. But I feel like everyone agrees when it got censored, it got really boring. But I miss Tumblr. I feel like I used to get lots of inspiration off Tumblr and just used to love like engaging with people on there because you would chat to people a lot, people would ask questions. And I used to post lots of like poetry and writing on there. It felt like a safe space to do that. Now I'm like, hell no. I don't even know where I'd post that anymore. What beauty treatments has Cartia undergone? Botox in my jaw. I like preach about this because my life depends on this. Like I grind my teeth really badly when I'm stressed or I'm run down or I don't even know what, it's like genetic. My mum does it too. I've had a breast lift because I lost quite a lot of weight when I was younger and my boobs were like an 80-year-old's boobs and I couldn't wear any clothes. Nothing wrong with that. But for me personally, I wanted to be able to like wear clothes that didn't require a bra. I hate wearing bras. So that was an amazing thing for me and for my confidence. And I'm really happy I did that. And yeah, why do men, this is funny. Why do men named Ethan look like they should be called Ethan? I posted a TikTok just saying like, I swear to God, every Ethan that I've ever met looks like an Ethan. Like think about Ethan from Lizzie McGuire. That is Ethans to me. They're like tall, lanky, kind of light hair, and they look like their name. Is matcha better than coffee? Obviously. Like, I love matcha through and through. Not even for the trend of it, or the look of it, or the whatever. I've loved matcha for like, since I lived in Byron, since I was 17, I've loved drinking it. It makes me feel so much better than what coffee does. I quit coffee years ago because it was just like ruining my body. It was making me so anxious. And then I slowly introduced matcha and was like, wow, like this is so much more sustainable to drink every day. And it just makes you hot. There's so many health benefits to it. So I love it. Oh my God, fuck, marry, kill. Australia, New York, or London? How can you do this to me? I don't know. Okay, marry Australia, obviously. Fuck New York and kill London, I guess. Oh, bye London. That's so sad. I do love London, but I feel like New York has like just the magic here is like nowhere else. So yeah, What is your dating red flag? Definitely if they're following like 50 million different Instagram girls, I'm just like, yuck. And especially if they're not following them back, it's like, what are you doing? And also just really bad communication. I'm like, if they wanted to, they would text me back. If you're gonna talk to me, you're gonna talk to me. So I hate when people are like, I'm a bad texter. I'm like, no, you're not. You just don't want to talk to me. So that's definitely a red flag for me. Do blondes or brunettes have more fun? Oh my God, I was like hard to believe because my hair is so dark. I went pixie cut bleach blonde for a period of time after a traumatic breakup as a rebellion phase. And honestly, I had so much fun being blonde. I think something demonic came over me. It was also like summertime, but I don't know, they both have fun because I guess it was like a different era for me, but I feel like I'm always strongly with my brunette hair and I love her, but honestly, blonde was a fun time. I felt like a little minx. What got Cartia into spirituality? Definitely my mum. My mum is super spiritual and she didn't grow up like that, but I feel like later on in her life, she found it, and not in a woo-woo way. My mum, I love to say, is like a full-on hippie, but like a modern woman. Like you would never look at her and be like, she's a full-blown hippie. She just taught me so many amazing lessons that always link back to spirituality in some way, or energy or frequency, and how you treat people, how you treat yourself, and like also like healing modalities that don't involve just like Western medicine. She taught me so much about it, and she just kind of like involved me in a circle of people that also were really involved with it, that I just took such a huge liking to it and love for it. And when I was younger, I used to love reading like Girlfriend magazine or the magazines that had like the horoscopes in it. And I was always so fascinated to understand everything about all of them because I loved understanding people's personalities. And when I started acting, any role I would get or anyone that was in the play that we were doing or whatever, I would assign star signs for them. It was like my thing to understand them better and how to like work with them and communicate with them. And that was my own like kooky way, and it really worked for me. So, and I just love meeting people and like putting a star sign to them and knowing how to interact with them, because it actually does help if you have a little bit of a preface to understand like why they are the way they are or how they might like to be interacted with. How did you develop such a close relationship with your mum? We got super close when I was younger because my parents had a really difficult relationship. They fought a lot growing up, and I just always could see my mum's side in it, and I felt like she needed someone to protect her and stand with her during those times. So I feel like I was like her mum for a bit growing up. I definitely grew up really fast and had to look after her when that was really like difficult for her, and she was quite like beaten down by it all. So when my parents divorced, we moved into an apartment together, and I just like had to help her heal and like get stronger from that. And through that, we became like sisters. Like it was kind of like she would be my mum for a bit, and then I would be her mum, and then she would be like, we used to take turns, and now we're like literally just best friends. I feel like we lived through a lot of like hard times together, but also she's just been my biggest support since day one and has never judged me for any of my goals or anything that I've wanted to do, and just literally always just been like, you can do this. Even my crazy ideas, she's let me really live for myself. And I think some parents can be really controlling over what they want for their kids to do, and it can be really hard to let, like, I guess when I was 17, be like, I'm leaving, I'm moving interstate, like I'm not going to uni, I'm not doing any of this. And she was just like, chase your dreams, like I support you. So her giving me such autonomy at a young age to just chase my dreams and do what I knew was right was like, how could I not love her and be close with her, you know? So I love my mom. What are your best tips for self-love? I think self-love is such a tricky thing in our day and age because there is so much comparison. It's so hard with social media. But I think the thing that I remind myself the most, and what I've learned from being online and just growing up, is that there is only one me and there is only one you. And no one has the amazing traits that you have, or your quirks that you have, or the interests you have. Like, you can never duplicate you. And I think when you can honor who you are and yourself and be like, that's so cool that there's only one me, no one has these things I have, then it's kind of hard not to love who you are, because there's so much uniqueness within yourself. And there's so many people that love you for all of those little things, whether you realize it or not. So yeah, I always think that to myself, just if I'm feeling down or I'm comparing myself, I'm like, well, someone else doesn't have my wacky laugh, or they don't have this interest in this, or, so I think I like to drown it down to that. How do you get over heartbreak? It's so hard. I was talking to a friend the other day that's just been through it, and like it hurts you physically so much. Like, she sat there in front of me and she's like, I've never understood it, but I'm in physical pain. I was like, yes, it really hurts. And I think the first thing getting over it is acknowledging that you're in pain, and that's okay to be in pain. It's human to feel heartbreak, and it's human to experience that. There's nothing wrong with it. I hate this, but it literally is time. It's time, and it's the worst thing ever. It could take 2 weeks, it could take 2 months. For me, it took like my last one, it took me a year and a half to feel like at peace with it. But I learned so much along the way, and I think getting over it, you just have to be like, nothing meant for me will ever miss me. So this just was not meant for me, and there's something, I just would always remind myself, there's something better coming for me, there's something better coming for me. Like, what are the lessons I'm learning? And yeah, it's just, you just have to give yourself so much grace. And I think a good distraction's good too. Go on a holiday, go and kiss some other people. Like, honestly, it helps. Maybe not the best tip, but I think it helps. What is your stance on blocking or unfollowing exes? Like, yeah, do it. I feel like the more you don't have to see them in front of your face, the easier. Like, my ex, block, unfollow, delete immediately, block the number, block everything so that they can't contact you and ruin your peace when you're trying to heal. It's so hard to do it, but it really is the way to move forward. I feel like if you've had an amicable breakup, you don't need to block each other, but I just think an unfollow is fine, to be like, bye, or mute. I don't know, I can't really imagine still following an ex. I feel like it'd be a bit weird. Oh my God, I love this. If you could host a festival in Australia, what would it celebrate and what activities would you include? My biggest goal in life, honestly, since I was not little, but since I was a teenager, is to have my own music festival. I love music festivals. I just feel like they're the most magical place ever. I love music. I love live bands playing and all of that. So obviously it would be a music festival. Activities would include, I would love it to have art installations set up. When I was growing up, there was a festival called Falls Music and Arts Festival, and they would have massive like light shows or art things all set up, and you would kind of wander through them. So that was amazing. And then definitely some activities like breath work or yoga or like different things if you're staying overnight and stuff. But also when you're kind of like hungover at a festival, I fully get that you don't want to get up and do yoga. So maybe like have a lake. You can float down the lake while you're drinking your tequila sodas and have a fun time. If you could rate any celebrity's wardrobe, whose would it be and why? I think Peggy Gou, randomly, or Dua Lipa. I really love both of their style. Peggy Gou just always has the best outfits and the coolest sunglasses. She always just looks really cool. So probably them. Have you ever gotten into internet drama and wish you could erase? Not really. Like, I feel like I've been quite lucky in my time online to not be dragged into anything too bad. Obviously there's like little things here and there that people like to talk about, but I'm just like, la 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 la, you know, just stay out of it, don't comment, stay out of it. Everything blows over so fast anyways. And I also feel like it's so scary seeing how much internet drama there is going on lately and how many people are really getting cancelled. So more reason to just stay in my bubble. What is your stance on the Anna Paul and Mikaela Testa drama circulating online? Yes, I'm gonna be taking a shot for this because, as I just said, I'm gonna keep the peace and stay out of the drama. So I'm having a Pink Whitney shot, 12 o'clock. Woo! Actually really yummy. I would love to comment, but I can't. If you had to describe your life philosophy in a hashtag, what would it be? YOLO. Like, so lame. And I don't care. It's cringe and it's lame, but I literally love YOLO. It's been my motto since I was a kid. Because it is true. You have one life. You should live it. If you could swap lives with any influencer for a day, who would it be and why? That's a hard one. Who's your guys' favorite influencers?
You.
I love you. That's so sweet. That is so cute. Oh my God. Trisha Paytas. I want to be Trisha Paytas for a day. I want to be in her mind and know what she thinks and like how she operates and just like, I would love to be in her life for a day. Like, she's not cancelled, is she? No, I just think she's iconic. She's just so herself and she's so funny and I've loved watching her for years. I feel like I really relate to her, so I would love to be Trisha Paytas for a day. What's next for Cartia Mallan? I am launching my brand soon, which I'm so excited about. I feel like having the opportunity to do it and start it up on my own, I've learned so much. Like, it's not just about making money from something or like doing it for any other reason besides the fact that I love this thing and I've gotten to learn so much about it and about business, which has made me feel really capable of myself, because I think never have like going to university or studying, I always kind of doubted that I had that ability to do really difficult things that weren't ultra creative. I'm good at the creative side, but when it came to the business stuff, I've learned so much. So I'm really excited to have my brand out there and see people use it and engage with it, and also like help in educating people about things to do with it all. Yeah, I don't know if I can say what it is. I can't yet, I don't think, but that's so annoying. But yeah, I'm really excited for that. Oh, and also like I'm moving countries at some point because my visa's ending in London. So I have to figure out where I'm going to next. So that will also be exciting. Well, that is all my questions. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And my yummy shot in the middle of the day. If you want to find me, my Instagram is @Cartia Mallan, Cartia Mallan on YouTube, Cartia Mallan on TikTok. So thank you. These are the most searched questions about me. So I'm about to answer them. What the fuck? These are the most searched questions about I swear to God, like, what? 10 years of like literally acting and I can't remember one line, like.